In today's episode, I'm going to share with you one of the biggest sleep disruptors that there is. I'm pretty confident you would have never heard anyone talk about this link before. Let's dive into it now. I'm Ian Hawkins, and this is Sport is Life. The purpose of sport, as I see it, is to see your vision become a reality, find your voice, create strong connections, and learn to trust your body. One of the number one disturbers of sleep is a lack of purpose. That might seem strange, and you might have been told a heap of other ways that your sleep is impacted. And there are many ways, some simple ones that can be fixed quite easy with the right sleep hygiene. But then you're doing all the right things and yet you're still struggling with sleep. So it's from a lack of purpose. Your whole body, mind, and soul is restless. It's telling you that there's more because you know you're capable of more, much more. You've seen fleeting moments of it. You've seen those moments of consistency, but there's too much inconsistency. So your whole being is nagging at you. You might have even had that thought to yourself, there's got to be more to life than this. There has to be more. And that's what's happening in your sleep. Your body, mind, and soul is trying to get your attention. Because you're frustrated, you're probably thinking about the work that you're going to that doesn't really fulfill you. You're doing a good enough job, you get some success, but it's not really filling you up the way that you know that you should. You might be even thinking about the next 10, 15, 20 years of your career, wherever you're up to, and thinking, is this what I really want to do? Is this what I really see myself doing up until retirement? So you're thinking about work, you're ruminating on it, and then you go to sleep with your mind is active. It's thinking about these things. I want to share this quote with you. You might have heard it before. Mark Twain apparently said this one. The two most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. And that's what purpose is. He's talking about purpose. So, and I don't want you to be mistaken or overwhelmed. Purpose is not some huge worldwide cause that you think you need to jump on or be part of to find purpose. It's not some mystical mumbo jumbo that you only find meditating for years in a Tibetan monastery. It's not that deep either, but it is threaded through your day-to-day life. It's part of who you are. It's who you are when you're showing up in your absolute best version of you, when you're in your zone, usually when you're helping others. And where you're helping others is in an area where you had to struggle alone often. And there's part of you in your heart that doesn't want anyone else to have to go through that alone like you did. Now, sometimes you just instinctively do this, you help. Other times you're conscious of it. You're like, I really need to help that person. I know I can because I've been where they have been. It's not fun. Other times it just comes out, like I said, instinctively. But because you don't necessarily value it and you don't necessarily see the opportunities, how often that can be part of your day, then you get a bit lost. And then you think, well, how is that applicable to my career, to what I do in the day-to-day? But it absolutely is. You can start to see now that when there's this conflict internally about what your heart and soul is crying out for, and yet you're stuck in something that's not really giving you that fulfillment. So when you can find that thread, you can get clear on what it is that you do that's uniquely you, that you know so intimately because you've struggled with it for so long. And then when you can start to identify it and then you start improving in that area and you start to get even better at helping yourself through it, you start to find that there's actually no end to the depth that you can improve in that area, which means there's no end to the depth of purpose where you can help someone else through it. Imagine being able to help someone else shortcut the struggles that you went through. It's one of the greatest feelings you can have. Now imagine how much better you're going to sleep when every day you go to bed content knowing that you've made a difference, that you have found more, that there is more to your life, because you feel in every essence of your being. It just lights you up like nothing else. So then when you come home from work and someone says, how was your day? You're like, it was fantastic. And this doesn't mean that you have to suddenly go on this drastic career change. In fact, more often than not, it's not like that at all. And it doesn't mean you have to go find a side hustle, although that might come into it at some point. And a full change of career might be somewhere down the track, but that's not where you start. I was helping one of my one-on-one clients a couple of weeks ago, and we'd done a heap of work on a whole lot of different things, and I was still having a struggle with sleep. And we talked about what was going on, and this is exactly what he was going through, this lack of purpose. And we unpacked it. We looked for that thread. We identified the thread. Then we looked at all the places it already shows up and just how much fulfillment he was already getting, maybe not really fully aware of it, so not fully recognizing it and appreciating it either. But then it was also, okay, well, where can you find more of this? Where can you bring more of this purpose to what you do every day? And just from that session and him finding more of that and starting to experience more of that sense of purpose, his sleep improved immediately. And I continue to see it. People close to me, I try not to coach the people closest to me unless they ask for it, which can be challenging, but you've got to let go of control. But I see the same thing happening with people, that they're searching for purpose and they're jumping from one thing to the next, and they're trying things, which is good. But when you can sit down, look for that golden thread, and then bring more of that to your life, the purpose is amazing. And your sleep will improve too. That's pretty cool. I've mentioned before the finding your purpose training that I have, and it's certainly not the comprehensive full guide, and it's not going to give you all the answers, but it's going to help you start to map out your thread, start to get that self-awareness, start to look for more opportunities to bring more purpose into your life. So I'll make sure the link to that training is in the show notes. Check it out. It's in the VIP section of the Sporty's Life group, Sporty's Life Club, that is. And you can jump in there. There's some other free training as well. And you can start your journey towards finding your purpose and, of course, sleeping better as well. You've taken the time to listen to this whole episode. Now it's time to take action. Commit to one thing you've learned today and make it happen. And to avoid any obstructions, join the Sporty's Life movement by clicking on the link in the show notes.